My upload for today with regard to the ongoing issues of human rights abuses that I'm experiencing is with regard to the individuals disturbing the peace, stalking me and violating proximity and privacy laws. So I've been stalked since I became a married mother, simply due to property and due to my royal purpose and my sacred purpose. So the stalking that is occurring is gone a little bit too far. That hasn't been addressed by the DPP or any of the ombudsmen. The issue has also involved abduction of my son in January 2017. That neither was addressed by the relevant authorities. So throughout this entire ordeal, my child and I have been stranded by our country and our government that has been availing and progressing and developing societal and legislative developments as a consequence of my purpose, my sacred purpose, my humanitarian purpose, and etc., etc. So there's been societal and legislative developments that have arisen from my work and role and profession and purpose. And in the meantime, I'm awaiting since 2017 for the Ombudsman to address the failings, shortcomings, defects of character and wrongdoings that my child and I have unduly experienced with four state agencies. So the issue of current circumstances involving very serious RTB violations and perversions of privacy that culminate as stalking is another serious offence that I'm experiencing that is not acceptable for any government to be facilitating against a humanitarian and a recovery advocate and as a royal of patronage that is being harassed by individuals that have caused very, very, very dangerous blasphemy and that have caused very dangerous spiritual violence and that have not adhered to spiritual laws at all. So it's very serious what's going on. These people have been nonchalant, blasé, and have no regard or respect for the principles and pillars of society in this whole regard. The pillars being the legal rights, my legal rights of royal patronage, my bloodline, my ancestry, they're all in my legal care. My body is royal patronage. There are stalkers in my proximity violating whistleblower protection laws. There have been sacred light fragments utilised for monetary gain that people have no right in any transaction of their delusion of the mind to ever discuss or negotiate. So there's a very dangerous situation going on which involves identity theft and my personal belongings that are being intruded upon by a fraud that has been harassing my profession and purpose since 2006 is still a liability in society, that has intruded upon my child, that has trespassed into my proximity and property. This outrageous situation just highlights how dangerous hate crime is. And when a government doesn't address hate crime, then all the pillars of society crumble. So it's very serious that the government that is progressing with legislative and societal and spiritual developments that have originated from this person is denying and refuting and ignoring its obligations. The government has automatically to obligate itself in its purpose with regard to my role as a royal. My royal bloodline is very important to me. And I have experienced very outrageous offences that are inexcusable. So the individuals thinking they're trotting in to my royal purpose and identity with fraud and theft are causing a very dangerous situation. And I'd appreciate it if the ECHR would understand what a circumstance this is. There are stalkers in my proximity. So the government has obligations to a royal and at my child and my property rights. And the government is not fulfilling its obligations. These things are not negotiable. You do not negotiate with tacky pieces of paper and cheap talk, royal sacred light. So this is a very dangerous situation for my child that has already experienced very dangerous offences because of negligence in the Child Family Agency. So if the government wouldn't mind doing its job, I'd really appreciate you fulfilling your obligations. Reparations are overdue since 2006.